PlayStation Network ID.
And then when they get here, have them knock on the door and yell "Hail
just like
Hydra,"
for
so we know
online games and things like that. It's a feature that fans have been asking for since the PS3.
Correct.
And they finally did it, so that's good.
I didn't do it.
I give it.
Okay.
So then, along with that,
Not a problem.
they released an update for the PlayStation Network, the 6.0 update, which didn't seem like
So
they
they did not
changed
even
a
get it.
whole lot. But
They were confused because we had 2 orders going to the same house and they weren't.
hold
sure,
on, sorry.
So they canceled
But they were different things.
Do you have to be? 2
They
completely
just
different
got-
orders. You cancel one because they came to the same address?
But they were different. Yeah, okay, sorry.
But no,
Sorry,
you're good.
Wow.
But yeah, so yeah, they released this update, which like hardly changed anything, but they're thinking that this update is maybe like hiding some larger updates for future things such as the PS5.
Yeah. I'm hoping PS. Oh, speaking
And also
of PlayStation is-
cross-platform play also is
Yeah.
a new thing that they finally instated.
So all those kids
So,
can play Fortnite.
Speaking of
It's just Fortnite right now. It's just so
PlayStation
irritating.
right now. Hey, if you have a PlayStation 4, you should totally set your messages to private because apparently there's a message going around that people are like sending that basically bricks your PS4 unless you reset it, which will get rid of all your game save data.
No.
Bad.
No.
Yeah.
Unless you're on
Unless you have
PlayStation
it backed up like a smart person.
on PlayStation Plus.
Hey, not all of us
Or-
are not smart. Okay.
Not all of us
Or
have that
on a
many
memory
games.
card.
Or some of us don't have it backed up because we only have like 1 game on there.
Yeah, don't lose your data. That would suck.
Yeah. So
And then yeah, the one other feature,
Sorry.
there's a rumored backwards compatibility like sort of like streaming service that they've been talking about.
oh, finally.
Yes. So and
They
yeah,
haven't-
that's one of the big hot button
They haven't-
issues. Is everyone wants the PS5 to be backwards
They-
compatible.
They had that on PS3.
Yes.
Yeah,
But
but
only
it
the
was,
first edition.
It was mysteriously
No,
missing
no.
on
They,
the
they
PS4.
had
though.
a no. They didn't have it. They didn't have it fully backwards compatible. They had a virtual console.
No. The first edition is fully backwards compatible.
I know, but they also had a thing where they did a virtual console. Like
Yeah, that came out like fairly recent though.
Not that
And it was only a
But
few
yeah,
things.
this is just gonna be like a streaming thing.
streaming store. Yeah. No, they did something kind of similar, but you had to download it. But it switches to PS2 mode. It's very weird. Cause I got a PS2 game.
I guess for
But yeah, that's
some,
that's a big update.
some
for
anime
PlayStation.
news on December 7th. Neo Yokio is gonna have a Christmas special.
Seriously?
Oh joy!
Yes,
That's a thing?
that is
Oh, joy.
seriously a thing.
What's
That's
it called?
Don't you have to have a good show?
Is it called the holiday special?
I think it's called Neo Yokio, a Pink Christmas.
Yeah, it's a pink something.
Oh my gosh!
I hate it, and
Why
I
is
guarantee.
there more Neo Yokio
How much do you want to
content
bet
coming out?
Ryland is gonna catch wind of this? He's gonna guys, let's have a movie night, and
Oh,
he's
no,
gonna force us
don't.
to watch this.
No.
We're
Like he
gonna
did at
you
Comic
can't
Con.
force anybody to
So-
do anything.
No. At Comic Con, we watched like 4 episodes.
Here's
You didn't have to watch
I'm
it.
here's
You
why
could
I'm mad.
close your eyes.
Most of us went to bed.
Here's why I'm mad. I finished it. That means I have to like complete it. 'cause
I
it's
never-
already
I
there.
never-
I'm already almost there.
I never finished it, so
No.
I couldn't.
I have to
muscle
complete
through
it.
Hey, if it makes you feel better, there's also a new Violet Evergarden special.
Is there?
What?
Well,
there
that's
is.
worth watching.
That's worth
Or
watching
like,
for
or
sure.
like an OVA or
I actually-
something.
Hmm.
It's on Netflix already.
I was a little bored.
Oh.
I was kind of bored with that, and then then it got really good,
Yeah.
like real fast.
Yeah, it kind of has like a lull in the middle in there, and then it just gets real.
Yeah. No, it does.
Yeah. Yeah, I really like that show. I haven't watched the special yet, but we're going to sometime soon.
Watch the special soon.
I haven't finished Violet Evergarden, but I heard it's so good.
Hey, maybe when
It
we
is.
have when you have that get together to watch Titans and see how bad it is, we can watch that at the end to like have
To-
a good palate
as like
cleanser.
a chaser.
A palate cleanser, yeah.
Yeah.
How early are you buying DC TV?
I don't know yet. Just whenever I feel like it, I guess.
Okay.
Basically. I mean, I might just do like a trial run because they probably have like some kind of
Like a
trial
7-day
run
trial. You should let us know when we
to-
do the 7-day trial
to
so we can
binge
watch Titans.
And then like I wanna get like the full thing when Young Justice comes out. That's what I'm waiting on.
I just want, like,
so you're getting it for Young Justice essentially.
Yeah, Young
So,
Justice.
I
Is
need
the
to
I've
find
heard
selling
that's
point
good.
for
I
me.
haven't watched it.
I need to
though.
get a few days off in a row.
First 2 seasons might still be on
Wait,
Netflix.
December 7th? Is that?
No, they probably took it off.
When did
since
Smash
it's
Bros
on
come out?
there.
Is that the same week?
That what?
Super Smash that Smash Bros Ultimate comes out December 7th. Yo-Yo comes out.
Yeah, it's early December sometime.
I think it's December 7th. I think it's the same day. I could be wrong. I can't look on my phone because I'm using it.
I
to
have
stream.
it. I
Yeah.
have it pre-ordered, but I
running
don't.
our stream
Yeah, I
right
don't
now.
remember what day it actually comes out.
So I did watch another. We watched another DC animated film. Freaking.
Oh, we should move on to DC.
Yeah.
Let's finish video game stuff.
Hold on. Well,
Oh,
It's a
hey.
pizza.
Pizza.
Didn't say
All right.
Hydra.
I can talk about my story. Because my story has to do with
You did it!
you did it.
Thank you.
Good
Thank
job.
you.
Thank you. You're the first one to do their job right.
Alright, that one's just verifying that was voided.
Okay, so
Cool.
my story was because Spider-Man PS4 is supposed to get New Game Plus mode soon,
Yeah.
which should be out within the next month. But they're saying it may be out in the next couple days. I don't know how much I put into that stock.
No, you're
But oh my gosh,
Cool.
the fact that there's a New Game Plus mode for this game is fantastic.
There you go, sir.
You could even say it's amazing.
You could say it's
Yeah,
Big
amazing
it, please.
or spectacular.
Hail Hydra.
We got more. We got some.
Yes.
We got that right. We got it.
Oh yeah, we
You
got it.
got it.
We got it.
You got it.
We got it.
We got the pizza guys in Hail Hydra. Anyways,
I
yeah,
was
Spider-
disappointed
so
at first because I was
that's a
like,
quick-
you
that's a
didn't
quick.
say it.
I mean, that's a real quick story. Spider-Man PS4.
Yeah.
It's gonna be great.
What more do you need? More Spider-Man.
More.
Not to mention the first DLC comes out on the 23rd. The
It's already
heist.
closed.
Oh, okay. We're still
Yeah,
okay.
so-
Yeah.
So
I mean,
finally, Black Cat will actually like
sustaining
show up and do
sustenance.
stuff instead of just like leaving things around the city, and making a really cool costume for Spider-Man.
Nice. No, it's gonna be fantastic. I need to finish the game. I'm really close.
Yes,
but-
you do. It's so good.
I'm only
Oh,
like
man.
halfway through it because I've been busy.
Yeah, I know. You kicked me off one day.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay. I was live streaming. It's fine.
Oh.
Yeah, okay. It's all
That's
good.
funny.
It's all good. No, it's been good. And Jake was going to tell us about his story apparently that had to do with nerdy news.
What nerdy news?
I don't know.
Oh no, it was like a DC rant thing.
Oh, we can go to DC Rand in a second.
Food?
No.
Yeah, they finally showed up. Really?
It was the same
Yeah, he
guy.
said Hail Hydra.
It was the
Jake,
same
do you have
guy.
stuff so I
Yeah.
can...
Was it the
get
same
on
guy?
It
your
was the
food,
same
too?
guy. Yeah.
For nerdy news.
Yeah, so you can talk and then I can get food. So then you-
The Neo Yokio thing was the only thing I had for nerdy news.
We're grabbing pizza real quick, folks.
I'm trying to
I can
think.
see us doing that now.
I know.
It's a break.
Just tell them what we're
What
doing.
other nerdy news did we have? Oh! I'm not sure if it was, but apparently there was like a thing that leaked regarding the N64 Classic that's going to be coming out.
Oh, yeah. What did they say?
I think it was the design. I didn't look into it. I figured someone else would. If Jonathan was here, he would have done his job. And then by doing his job, he would talk about it. So, unfortunately, we can't bring you more regarding the... Well, he wouldn't talk about the N64 Classic. He'd be like, I found out this week about Kingdom Hearts that Kingdom Hearts is like the greatest game ever. And because it's the greatest game ever, that's the only thing I will ever talk about because it's Kingdom Hearts.
Wow, is the ghost of Jonathan here?
Is Jonathan here?
Did someone leave out...
We lost Jake. Where'd he go? Jonathan, go find Jake.
The monster in Stranger Things can't travel through dimensions because it's just a monster and it's not powerful enough to do so, even though in the show it clearly depicted that it was powerful enough to travel through dimensions. Kingdom Hearts. And ninjas and samurai are the same. Kingdom Hearts.
They're exactly the same, really.
Kingdom Hearts.
Okay. More news?
And with that,
That would be the crabbing on Jonathan section of this. Does anybody else have any more nerdy news?
Oh yeah, Dylan, you suck.
That's some news.
Dylan's
that's
Phil's
not
debate is
news.
way over. You can totally come over now. Because you're watching. I know you are.
Yeah. Well, he told me at his wedding. Well, now that it's done, I can come over and do more. You're a liar. Quit making out for 10 seconds and do your job.
I mean, not how I would have phrased it, but, you know. Yeah.
Yeah, makes sense.
What he's trying to say is we miss you.
No, we just want him to do his job.
Okay.
Our emotional feelings have nothing.
We
to do
we
with it.
miss his talents.
That were
Yeah.
what?
We miss his.
Careful, Jake. He has firing power now.
Oh, yeah, huh?
Dylan
That's
does.
true.
Yeah.
Sure
He's
does.
vice president.
You decided
He has more power than you
You're gonna
do.
fire the
But
founder.
he's here less than Jake
Yes.
is.
I mean, I'm not saying he will.
So are you, but we have
So what am I,
to do that.
Steve Jobs?
Yeah,
Oh
basically.
my
Well, I
gosh,
mean,
I'm
you guys
basically
fire
Steve
me
Jobs.
more than like every other day.
Yeah,
We
she
never
gets
fired
fired
you.
a lot.
Oh, I fire her all the time.
Oh, okay.
Or I threaten to fire her.
No, you just say you're fired.
No.
Hey, Matt, is this root beer 4-2 open tonight?
Yeah.
Okay. Then I will.
Oh wait, Matt. You know what you should do to Jonathan since he's not here?
Eat him.
Hire him?
Eat him.
Fire him.
Well, he's already fired. I have to hire him back, then fire him.
Fire him, then eat him.
Like
Why
hire him
do you
back.
want to eat him?
Hire him back, but then
I'm
like
kinda like
wait
her
a
key
little
with the
bit to
eating
fire
thing.
him again.
Yeah.
You know, you gotta make
I think
him
you
wait
kind of
for
want
it.
to be cannibalism.
So
You know,
there's suspense.
I thought that was
Oh.
obvious by now.
Jonathan's kind of a big guy.
It's just more to eat. It's fine.
Like eating a giraffe.
More food for
No, I don't know. He's lanky. It'd be kind of.
Yeah.
Probably stringy.
Yeah, he's probably kind of gamey.
Yeah, like eating a
Oh, he's
giraffe.
definitely gamey.
Well, I mean, he worked at Sprouts for a really long time, so
Yeah,
maybe he
video
tastes like
game.
all like healthy and.
He's probably full
You're
of brains.
organic.
He's video
He did.
game.
Alright, so let's just cruise on right along to DC News.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Murder.
they're relaunching
Speaking
the
of which-
the Green Lantern series run for DC. So we know it's going to be terrible. But I guess there's this really cool variant cover that's coming out of Hal Jordan. He's kind of like strung up, and there's like more machine than man with Hal Jordan. I'm not sure if it means anything for the book, but it's a pretty cool cover. It's pretty gruesome. You basically see him like just like being like dismembered and like put together part like they're replacing human parts with like machine parts, like a cybernetic Green Lantern, kind of like as if they made Cyborg a lantern
So why do you say it's gonna be garbage?
because it's DC.
You don't know anything about it.
Okay, that makes me kind of sad. I kind of like DC.
Yeah, seriously.
Milk Wars.
Okay, yeah,
That's
I'm
not
pretty sure.
indicative of the
Where
company
is
as well.
Superman now?
Well, I mean, okay, so DC has had some bad stuff, but so has Marvel, and I'm not going to bring it up because it's not totally family friendly, but Marvel has messed up too. That's all we need to think about.
I don't think Marvel's shown
The
any
best up
so-
ratio from Marvel to DC, Marvel has a lot less.
Leave DC alone. It never did anything.
They're both pretty. They both have
They did a
Yeah,
lot
it
of
did.
things.
They brought us Man versus Steel, or Man of Steel.
And the biggest mess up
and
of
Batman
all,
versus Superman.
which is in DC news, Batman Black. That's all I'm gonna have to say.
You mean Batman Damned?
Yes.
I know what you're talking
Yep,
about.
that's it. That's it. That's all I'm gonna say.
Moving on.
There's no bigger mess up than that. I win.
So when you say no bigger mess up,
Yeah, no,
Moving
there's,
on.
Nope.
there's a bigger mess up. And I think I have the bigger mess up. I don't have the names now, so I have to reread them because I'm not familiar with DC guys so much. But Jeff Johns is getting criticized because he put his name all over Titans, and there's a lot of a lot of haters that created Teen Titans and the New Titans that were credited
did not
for the
get
show,
credited. Yeah,
which is kind of messed up.
that is kind of messed up.
Wait, did they Bill Finger him, or did he Bill Finger someone else?
He basically created by Jeff Johns, but it wasn't just Jeff Johns. These characters have a lot of creators
Yeah.
that were brought together.
So the same thing that happened to Bill Finger is happening to the.
Sort of the same thing. Okay, so sort of how people like give Stanley credit for every Marvel character ever made. When he didn't create all of them, he created a lot of them, just not all of them. So like the creators get really mad. That's kind of what happened here.
Well, yeah, Bob Kane did that to Bill Finger for years, and then
I mean,
only
like-
during Batman vs Superman did Bill Finger actually receive credit. Have you
Right.
seen that documentary?
Yeah.
Dude, it is so sad.
Yeah.
Yep. He got shafted pretty good.
Like, I don't know Bob Kane personally, but he sounds like a dirtbag to me from what I picked up in the.
So I guess the takeaway from this is, hey guys, if you're interested in Titans, if you watch Titans and you're like, hey, let's do Teen Titans stuff, look up all the different creators because there's more than just one. That's all I'm gonna say.
Hey, thing
Yeah.
is, DC's
But
not that bad.
It's a lot worse than we think.
I mean, didn't Gwen Stacy have an affair with Harry Osborn while she was dating Peter Parker?
It was Norman.
Norman
and she's
Osborn.
pregnant.
Oh, that makes it even better,
Norman
right?
Osborn and
Yeah.
shit. Super babies that tried to kill Peter.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Are we
It's
still
horrible,
saying
but
that
that's
DC
storytelling, not quality.
is okay? No.
I mean, we can go into specifics until we are all blue in the face.
Mhm.
Neither company is perfect,
Someday we will.
but
Marvel's just more perfect than DC.
I would
disagree.
agree. Disagree.
Disagree.
I think they're both great, and I'm not gonna.
Yeah, I'm like here's the proof. Us as DC fans are not so insecure that we're gonna bash on Marvel this whole entire time.
Well, I
just to
mean,
prove
I
our
like
point.
Marvel
No.
and I like DC. I like Marvel just a little bit better.
So we're gonna take the high road, Rachel. It's fine.
The high road.
You would take the high road, Kyle.
Yeah, I usually do.
Yeah, I'm sure you do.
I mean, being in Colorado, that is an option.
True.
I'm a fan of both. I'm just criticizing the one because they're doing back in now.
Oh yeah, I know. But you're not doing it in a way that you're saying like, oh, the entire company is bad
There's
because
a
of
difference
these
between
few
you and
things
Jake.
that are
Jake just
going
doesn't
on.
know when to stop.
Let's move on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Move along. Okay.
Please.
What's the next? Any more DC stories?
More DC. So, James Gunn is officially writing Suicide Squad 2.
Oh no.
Oh.
Hey, maybe it'll be good.
No, that's good. He did Guardians.
I don't want to see.
It's sad though because I'm sad for Guardians 3.
Yeah,
I
seriously,
really like
James
that
Gunn should
series,
be out
too.
there.
he should
And
be.
I think it's dumb what Marvel did to him.
Yeah.
Actually, it was Disney.
Actually, that one was Disney. But
So Marvel.
No, it was Disney.
well, like
Disney isn't Marvel.
Marvel's new mouse here going forward.
Disney's got
Marvel is
Disney's
Disney.
got their strengths
Look,
in quite a few Marvel properties.
Just to kind of
At this
prove,
point.
this is the last thing I'm going to say, to prove that DC isn't the smartest, in the 90s,
Shut
they
that
bailed
mouth.
out Marvel, their biggest competitor, who makes more money than them at this point, in the 90s. Now, that was a good guy move on DC's part, but as a business decision, bad, because DC would have been on top if they wouldn't have done that.
Yeah, so who would have read
Yeah,
their comics
but-
if they let them go out of business?
But then they wouldn't have any competition. That would be
Yeah,
Exactly.
they would have image.
We're still arguing about Marvel.
Hey,
No, no,
Jake,
no,
shut
Jake.
thy mouth.
I mean competition.
Like
We
actual.
will always argue.
I love Image and IDW and Boom, but
Not in God.
Actual
I'm talking
competition.
competition. Yeah.
Dark Horse.
Dark
was
Horse?
actual competition.
There you
I
go.
only like the
They
Power
had some
Rangers
really
one.
good.
Dark Horse did a lot of Star Wars.
No, they have a lot of
I
good
know.
books, but
I really like
that
the Power
the
Rangers.
quantity is not there.
I mean, the quality is kind of
Quality's
close.
quality's there.
Quantity is
Quality's
closer.
arguably there, but quantity is not even near.
And then there's.
But yeah,
Just-
that was basically all that I had for that story. Suicide Squad might actually be good now. Yay!
Yay.
I mean, is James Gunn going to be part of the writing process for it too?
Because
Or
that's what
just
killed me
directing.
in the theater. The
Because it's
dialogue.
not that Suicide Squad was like.
It was the writing.
I felt like it was the writing of it that was just not the best. Like the concept, that movie idea, like the
Yeah. The right could have been better.
the general of it was good. It's just the execution of it, which I think would have been the writing part of it, was just done terribly.
I think some of it could have been done.
Yeah, I don't
Like the
think-
bones
I don't-
of the bones of Suicide Squad were healthy.
I don't think James Gunn is directing it. I think he's just writing it.
How's it?
I think he's writing and directing.
Did he write Guardians too?
He did.
Yeah.
Oh well, okay. So anything else?
DC Villains Lego trailer came out.
Still need to get those interviews. That interview.
Mark
Posted.
Hamill is voicing the Joker in this one.
He is?
Mm-mm.
That's what.
The Crown Prince of Crime.
I'm sorry, I love that.
Is he?
I love Mark Hamill's Joker.
Yeah.
It's great. It's my favorite, other than Heath Ledger.
Oh yeah. When did they announce that?
Rest in peace, Heath Ledger.
I forgot. They were kind of. They didn't announce anything earlier on who
Trigger warning.
who or if Joker was even in the game.
Don't cry. Nope, I'm sorry.
What else do we got going
A while
for
back.
DC?
I think that's about it.
I did my DC story. Yeah. Do we want to move on to Marvel Comics?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can tell we're eating pizza with the like long extended silence.
Long pauses. Yeah. Sorry.
And people
We-
watching understand. People listening probably.
We needed
aren't really
food real bad. I know. Usually not eating. We don't want to try to like make out eating noises, but.
Well, we're paused. If you want this week's comics list, go to comicslist.com. Click on the next week tab, and you'll get it there. This week's main topic is brought to you by XZRT Gaming.
We will get to that when we get to the main topic. But before we do that, we have a couple news stories. So they have recently wrapped. They finally wrapped Avengers. They posted a picture that was really had like this. What's that called? Lens flare. It's some crazy lens flare. It looks like some kind of ship. I can't tell what it is actually supposed to be.
Oh, it looked like a J.J. Abrams movie.
It looked like J.J. Abrams was having a seizure. Like you can't tell what it is. It's really obscure. But
All
like
the
they somebody darkened it down like 20% or whatever. It looks like some kind of ship. You may have to look up the picture yourself. It is on the Avengers Twitter. But they have finally just wrapped. They've just finally wrapped production. Apparently, everybody kind of fell in line. Everything went pretty smooth this time. Basically, no reshoots.
Dude, I'm excited.
Yeah.
Or
So if it
Should
just
I be
wrapped
excited?
up, why do I have
I'm
to wait
scared.
another half
Am I
of a
gonna
year
cry?
to see it again? We asked the real question.
Post production.
Post production,
They've got to
I mean, like, if they really rushed it,
marketing.
but still did a good job. They don't need to market that movie.
Quality.
I'm sorry. They don't need to market that movie. Half the country's waiting to see it.
half the world.
I know
Half the world.
Thor and
Because
Rocket
the other
got
half's dead.
got matching uniforms.
That's
in the movie.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Yeah. They're definitely spacey outfitish looking. So it's I definitely think there's a
They don't need to market that
decent
movie.
time gap between the two, like the event
That'd
of
be cool.
Infinity War and Avengers 4.
I'm cool with that.
Guardians 4. It's Thor and Rocket.
So like, it has some kind of spaceship, and it looks like I can't pull the picture again because we're
No, it's
recording on my
Nebula.
phone.
It has to be like a Wakandan ship. I mean, I don't know any other technology that's gonna get them out into space.
It looks really
Alien space
simple,
crafts.
like a simple design. Like it's just like it looks like a shuttle almost.
Man.
I'll have to show you guys once I can actually use my phone. Can't use right now. It's still doing the recording. I didn't plan that part out.
So do we have any other Marvel news?
else
Oh
happened
yes,
at all.
the Black Order is getting their own run series where they are the good guys. So the person who's kind of in front, like who has the front of this book, from my understanding, is obviously the children of Thanos they're still villains, right? Like the whole point is to make sure that
Right.
they're absolute villains, right? Like
Right.
these guys are bad people. The point is these guys are heroes in the sense of there's a villain worse than they are that they have to go up against. So there's someone that they're fighting that's worse than Thanos.
Well, they believe in them.
Who's
they
worse
believe in
than
their cause or
Thanos?
whatever.
It has nothing to do with their
Lady
cause.
Death
This is them
herself?
like going up against someone who's worse.
I know.
You mean death?
Worse than death.
Well, the
Like, so
Yeah.
from like, and not only that, I guess, Corvus Clave and Proxima Midnight, they're also going to like go into their like incestual adopted like love affairs that they have with each other, and they're gonna go into that a little bit. I mean,
Well, when they say children of Thanos, they're not really his kids.
they're adopted.
They're
right?
not really adopted.
They're
more
like
kidnapped.
trophies.
They're kidnapped.
They're
Living-
Trophies is a good term.
living trophies.
Yeah, trophies. Maybe.
I mean, Gamora.
Yeah.
But
So they fall in love with each other. That's not that really
right.
creepy.
So I think what it is what they're gonna. I think what they're gonna do with this run is kind of like what Daredevil's Netflix series did with Fisk, how it like really humanized him and made you root for them
wait,
almost.
Bisque?
Fisk, yeah.
Fist.
I thought you said bisque, you know, like
Bisquick,
lobster
yes.
bisque.
Like soup.
Bisque.
Lobster.
So
lovely bisque.
I could go for a good bisque.
I
You
could
can't
go to
waffle
Studio
bisque.
C right now.
you could waffle anything.
I said I
Apparently
think you
not
could waffle
bisque.
bisque.
Are you gonna eat that?
Off topic.
If you believe.
So I'm interested to see what this run does because they're not anti-heroes. They're villains that are fighting worse villains.
So there's the
it's like
Suicide Squad,
Infinity War.
except they don't have to.
The Suicide Squad
like
are-
Thanos is the good guy, but also the bad guy in Infinity War.
How?
Because he's the protagonist.
He's
So-
not the good guy.
What
though.
He's the protagonist.
Listen.
So in the comics, though, Thanos is straight up a bad guy. Like his
Like,
purposes
he
are
murdered
for.
my favorite people in the universe.
Listen.
In the comics, he's straight up. So in the comics, in the Infinity event, he straight up goes around like killing all his sons on planets.
Yeah.
So he has no heir. So he is the heir.
So Frappuccino sweaters exist.
I
That's
thought-
why I think Thanos was right.
Okay, why didn't he
I
just
can't
make
argue with
more
that.
resources?
No, you can't.
Wait, what's a
I,
Frappuccino sweater?
It's a sweater for a Frappuccino.
Oh, I thought you meant like a
I'm
sweater.
sorry.
with
I'm gonna
Frappuccinos
need
on it.
links.
I'm
Oh, like
sorry,
a koozie,
I
but
don't think
for a
I heard you
Frappuccino?
correctly.
Yeah, but it's in the
Frappuccino
shape of a
sweater?
sweater.
Yeah.
It's
Maybe
still
it's
around
just
Christmas.
What in the white girl is that?
Elisha had one. They sold them at Christmas. At Starbucks.
Maybe
Of
it's
course
just like
Elisha
the
has
cover
one.
Of course
when
Elisha
it's like
freaking
knit.
has
Of course he has
Because
one.
lots
Yeah.
of like that's
No, like a
weird.
koozie. That's
Like,
what I'm
so
saying. Like
I
but
got,
it's
I
shaped
got
like
the
a sweater
Christmas
with like a
one. I chose the
large.
Christmas Frappuccino because like I'm shopping. I'm like, I want a milkshake, but I want to be able to walk around with it and not be judged. So I went to Starbucks, got a Frappuccino, and they were about to put the sweater on, and I like death stared them down.
I mean, if you're gonna commit, you might as well commit all the way. Like,
Oh, no.
embrace the sweater.
I'm not. I'm like, what size gets the Frappuccino sweater? They're like, oh, medium. Oh, they go, oh, grande. I go, I got a large. I go, you mean venti? Yeah. Sure.
No, hipsters, I mean a large.
Whatever. Everybody else calls it a large, but you know,
It's because they
You're
want to be
special.
unique and special.
you're special. Okay, like everybody else.
They're hipsters.
I mean,
It's Washington.
They all suffer from BBS, basic blonde syndrome.
Yes, that's what that stands for.
That's-
Okay. Anyways,
Do you or a friend or a
I'm
loved
just
one
saying-
suffer from BBS?
I'm just saying.
It's time to stop.
I mean, I think every day, more and more, I think Thanos was right.
Oh,
You
from
know,
day
I look
one.
at Jake and I think Thanos was right.
They deserve. I mean,
I
that's
feel
a big
I'm-
mood.
Big
You're
mood.
not wrong.
Big mood.
Big mood.
Big mood.
Here's the crappy thing. So I took that test. Like, do you survive if the snap of Thanos?
No.
Unlucky for you, I would survive. I wouldn't get snapped away.
Yeah, no. Thanos would see he made a mistake and personally come to
How
you
did
and
they
choke
do
you
that?
like he
Did
did
they just
Loki.
match you to one of the Avengers?
And no one would cry.
the Thanos,
Honestly.
So the Thanos thing
It's just complete nonsense.
did give me my favorite joke ever. Your mama's so fat, Thanos had to snap twice.
I don't want to laugh. Just
You know how many kids are gonna get Spider-Man action figures for Christmas that are just have dirt in them?
Oh.
Yeah, you open the
So-
box and it's just got like an oxygen released chemical that just like
So my
just disintegrates the action
my
figures.
plan
as
didn't
they
come
are
together.
touched.
my
It'd be
plan,
terrible.
my plan still didn't come together, but I wanted to take that Chef Thanos thing and like get little salt spoons and walk around to everybody that was like dressed as Spider-Man or Gamora and hand them a salt spoon and just walk away wordlessly
Wait, why?
because they're salty.
Because they're salty. Because they're dead.
because they're dead.
Yeah.
That or
Probably give one to the Loki fans too.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna, hey, Rachel,
Listen,
hey Rachel, I got a solid spin for you.
too soon for Loki, man. That one really hits.
Yeah,
soon,
it
'cause we
was-
know
He
he
still
didn't
cries
deserve
every
to
time.
die.
Not as bad as Spider-Man.
Oh, he totally
It
deserved
happened so
that.
fast, it just escalated so quickly.
I don't feel good. He got a peaceful death. Loki straight up like
Like,
the
strangled
moment
to death
the
in
moment
front of
Loki
his family.
redeems himself.
Was snapped.
His brother's watching. He's like like Odin's son. Like he finally owns up to who
Odin's
he
son.
is.
and then like
He redeems himself. And they're
He
having like a
said-
brother like love moment, and Thanos is
The sun will shine on another
I mean,
day.
he still killed a lot of people.
80 people in 2 days. It's okay, I counted.
Wow.
Even more of the comics still love
That's
it.
dedication right there.
I'm just saying, Loki deserved a second chance.
He did.
I
And
agree.
Or at
I
least
will
a
tell
later
you,
death.
I was in the theater.
At least a prolonged
And-
death.
I don't care who you are. If you were in the theater on opening night and that happened, I don't know where you were, who you are. You
Throw
felt
something.
something somewhere. I know you're
Yeah, no.
lying.
Why are you
I-
yelling?
It hurt.
I won't
It's
say
a
that
very
wasn't
good
hard
fight.
for me to watch
Okay.
either.
I said
felt
some
hard to
choice
watch.
words when that happened.
I had a little bit of laughter.
I know,
Is all
because
that
you're
Bill, I
thinking
went-
of me.
Because you knew how bad
Oh,
it
were
was.
you making
gonna
Oh,
affect her.
like the nervous laugh?
Like the
Like,
oh, oh,
See,
no.
when that happened, I was crying my eyes out, and I had to leave because I did not
I
have
turned to
any
my friend.
water
I
in
turned
my
to one of my
body.
friends that was sitting next to me. I was like, "Oh, Rachel's gonna be like distraught.
Devastated.
She's gonna need a hug."
I know.
She's gonna need
When I
that.
came home and we talked about it, you were just like, I don't know how to tell her. I don't know what to do.
I don't know what to talk to her.
Like he was emotionally worried because he's like, basically it's like when you have to
Like
tell
when
a
your
friend
mom
that
dies
another
or
friend
something?
died.
Yeah.
Like that's like he was like,
I don't know how to tell her.
I don't know what to say.
Like apparently, my mom was like had to like comfort Rachel because she was really sad.
I was crying
dude.
so
So
hard when I got home.
when the Blu-ray, I know we're on this tangent. We'll end it soon. When the Blu-ray came out, Matt and I started watching again, and instantly we were just like, why are we doing this to ourselves? Like right off the bat, we were just like,
I found
post-traumatic stress
Because
kicked in,
it's
and we're just
great.
like, why?
I found something. I found something.
Why put yourself through this much emotional
How
trauma
did you
I
again?
get
found-
back to
I found
Infinity
something.
War?
I found something better than anger sleep. When it's called sorrow sleep.
Welcome to me. That's every
It's
day.
where your body realizes something bad's happening, and so you don't have to experience it. It literally just
Shuts down.
It's
I fell
2018.
asleep.
That's pretty much like every
I fell
day.
asleep at 8 o'clock at
Big
night.
But
I go to
it's
sleep at
2018. You're
I
just
do
talking
night
about
shift. I go to sleep
racism.
at 3 o'clock in the morning. I fell asleep at 8 o'clock at night. It was weird.
Big mood, guys. But we actually have to move on to get to our actual topic.
Wait, no, real quick. One more quick
One more
piece of Marvel news.
Hey, did you know Toys R Us is opening back up?
Oh my gosh.
Toys R Us?
It's not Toys R Us anymore. It's a new name now.
Jeffrey's Toy Box?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's stupid.
I know.
Jeffrey's
Uh,
Toy Box R
It
Us.
sounds
Why
like
did
it's
you
just going to
change
be
the
like
name?
a small little section that's going to be in like other big name stores.
I know. It's sad.
So it's not going to be like actually its own thing. But
What's the...
anyways, real quick. I'm sure a lot of you have already heard by now that Netflix has officially canceled Iron Fist. There's not going to be a season 3. However, do not give up hope quite yet. Probably soon, but not quite yet.
I'll talk to Matt.
There is a change.org petition called Bring Back Iron Fist. As of the recording of this podcast, they have 3,400 signatures. I'm sure that number will at least double by the time this episode
So,
airs. So if you want to bring back Iron Fist, go to change.org, bring back Iron Fist,
No,
sign up.
Iron
So-
Fist deserves a second
Has
chance.
anybody that is in this room not
Third
seen the
chance.
very end? Let me just.
I haven't
I'm
seen
gonna
any of
reference
it, and I don't care.
I'm gonna
to,
reference
so.
a little. Hey, how do you
Yeah.
have all those cool powers at the end,
But we
And
don't get to
then-
see how you get
and
them.
then go like, oh yeah, no season 3?
Yeah,
No.
that's how do you show gun fu and then
Not yeah.
That was annoying. Okay.
like glowing hands, awesome bullets, like
Oh, that's cool.
Chi
I haven't
bullets.
finished. I never
Aw.
finished season 2. No, it's
Aw.
fine. I'm not going to.
Gun
yeah,
fu, man.
he uses gun fu, so his like Danny Rand pulls out these guns, his hands glow after he loses the fist, and now he has 2. He's
That's
using
cool.
guns. And
And
you're just
not
like,
only that, somebody shot at him and he shot the other bullet out of the sky, out of the air.
He
That's
shoots the
cool.
bullet out of the air. with
like that's the
Chi bullets.
cliffhanger, and you're just like, that's the coolest thing ever.
Is
Now
that
you canceled
we're
it.
gonna cancel.
WTF?
No, you have two questions. You're like, is that in the comics? and
When's season 3?
That is the coolest thing ever. It is in the comics, by the way.
It is.
Yeah,
It is.
so...
Yeah.
It's actually called
So
Gun
Honestly,
obviously, Danny
I,
Rand, the character, is not going away. I just don't think they're doing an Iron Fist season. They should do like at least like a season
Heroes
2.0,
for Hire.
a 2.0,
Yes.
so that way we get like where he got his powers back,
Oh,
or at
man.
least like if they do Defender season 2 or
If they-
whatever they
okay,
decide, they go into what the heck happened.
I don't
So,
think they're gonna
here-
do a Defenders season.
Here's how they
They
can
don't.
pivot.
No, they already said they're not.
Here's
Yeah.
how they can
They can do
pivot.
There
Heroes
is
for
no
Hire.
season 2.
Heroes for Hire. I really hope they do Heroes
Yeah,
for Hire.
that's how they can pivot. Really, if they go like, "Oh, we're not doing Iron Fist season 3, guys. I'm so sorry, because we're doing Heroes for Hire." I'd be okay.
Yay!
I'd be okay with
And
that.
there's also rumors that they might do a Daughters of the Dragon spin-off
Oh,
with
that's-
Misty Knight and Colleen Wing.
Mhm.
So that
I mean,
that'd be
they
cool, too.
basically have already in season 2
They're-
a little bit.
Yeah, I think I liked Colleen better than Danny in Iron Fist. I'll be honest. I did not like Danny's character at all.
I didn't like Danny's character in the first season, but in the second season he was totally awesome.
He's just
He was more Danny though.
He's too
Yeah, he was
angry
more-
and impulsive and not bright for me to believe that he was this monk that was trained for years. That was my
This monk
issue.
that was trained to fight a dragon for years and to like suppress his emotions, and then he goes into New York City.
No, I get, fine.
Like I understand where Kyle's coming from.
We did a review already on this. And I didn't.
Yeah,
you know,
moving on.
I was
Yeah,
just
I
talking
wasn't.
about-
I wasn't there for that. But
I know.
I didn't.
Oh, no, I
really
know.
watch the second
I wasn't trying
season,
to.
so.
I wasn't so criticizing.
I watched like the
Kyle was
first.
putting his pennies in the jar.
So I'll be right back
Yeah.
while you guys start.
Yeah, I only watched like the first.
We
two
started a while
episodes
ago,
of
Not
season
Matt,
two.
in case you weren't.
So are we moving on to the DOS main topic?
Yes.
Yes, please.
All right. So this week's main topic is brought to you by XZRT Gaming, the only local gaming company in the Western Slope where you can buy new and used games. That's not a big chain like GameStop and all that. So we actually have a discount code. If you go there and you use the discount code, there can be only one.
There can be only one.
Hashtag Jake Strong.
No, we changed it.
When did we change it?
There could be only one.
Did you actually go up there?
No, he
We
came
changed
to us.
it during Comic Con.
Oh, I know.
There
came to
can
us.
be only one.
There can be only one.
There
So you
can
get
be-
10% off. If you decapitate your friend with you, you get an extra 5% off.
Are you serious?
Except that's not true.
Yeah, don't decapitate people. That's illegal.
Yeah, don't decapitate your
And
friends.
And
severely
it's only
frowned
illegal
upon.
if you get caught.
You actually don't
And
decapitate your
white
This
friends.
is why you won my favorite.
Yeah, guys. Don't decapitate your friends. You decapitate your enemies.
That's
So
Duh.
I take Jake
Also,
with
don't
me?
do that. That's also severely frowned upon in polite society.
Again, only if you get caught.
I know, but frowned or bad?
Frowned upon.
Both.
I said
Frowned upon.
severely frowned upon. Severely.
I mean, how severe is severe?
Okay, and we're done with that. Yes. Now
For an
we-
extra 5% man. Come on.
Okay, now it's
That-
time
that's
to move
worth
to our main
decapitation.
topic.
It's worth the
That's
swing
cash
of
money.
You know, let's say you're getting Smash Bros. An extra 5% off that 10% off.
$3 right there.
It's yeah. I mean,
$3.
that's $3 you're saving.
McDonald's money.
Right. Boom. That's a cheeseburger or a
McDonald's money.
large drink. Maybe a large fry.
The McDouble went up to $2 by the way. in case anybody-
I mean,
Don't you? Hey.
Only happy thoughts.
Happy thoughts.
hey guys, did you notice Toys R Us is back?
We said that.
You missed it. We already
You
did
missed
that.
it.
Oh.
Okay, so
I did it when you
moving
were
to main
gone.
topic.
Main topic. So yeah. So this week's main topic, we are talking about Venom,
Dude,
and to go along
movie.
with
the movie.
the movie for our
Okay, so
review, we are actually eating. So, first of all, spoilers.
No,
Still gonna-
no, we'll get there when we get there.
Well, you know when we get, we're gonna end at the end of the review.
Are we?
Yeah.
So spoilers.
Or when till we
If
get to
you-
that point of the review.
If you haven't watched Venom, then you probably want to pause the episode and watch it, and then come back later on.
Yeah, we're gonna
Um,
talk
We're
about
gonna
it.
spoil the heck out of it, and it was actually good. So it's
Yeah.
worth seeing.
So we are spoilers.
Cool. So
We are spoilers.
Get it?
Because we are Venom.
Jake, we got it.
Jake, will you go mid?
My brain went back to the Toys R Us thing.
We have the same one. Okay,
So we have to go at least as long as
Are
it's
we?
good.
What are we gonna rate this out of?
Good question.
Tater tots.
Snacks.
Heads
Tots.
bitten off.
Head's bitten off. I
Tasty
like that.
snacks.
Tasty snacks.
Tasty human snacks.
Let's just say tasty.
Tasty
human
snacks.
You don't have to qualify like that.
Tasty
Just
snacks.
Tasty snacks.
Or
Tasty
lobsters.
snacks.
Oh yeah, that lobster scene was fun.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so
Lobsters.
That's
Lobsters,
so
guys.
who's rating first?
Oh, let's rate this out homeless people.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, sweet, Jake,
Wow.
rate it.
So, I was a little surprised at what this got away with for its rating. Because there was some head eating.
Alright, so anyways,
They
reviews.
didn't show it.
Out of
I
5.
show it, but I mean, it was, there was some
It's definitely a
there were some
strongly, like,
parts in this that were a little, like, pushing it. And
Yeah.
I said a little. Listen, I watch rated R movies all day and night. I just
There
thought-
wasn't anything pushing the limit on the PG-13.
And there wasn't really like any like blood, or at least not much of it that I
So,
remember.
No.
let's do our reviews. I'm gonna say a solid. I'm gonna say 3.5 or 4 tasty snacks out of 5.
Thought we were doing homeless people.
Yeah, Tasty Snacks was the
3.5 is barely a pass.
No.
It was, I would say it's more close to a solid 4.
Really? Okay. Anybody else who wants to go?
So I may not have enough distance from it, but I'm giving it a solid 4.5. Like 4.25. We have to get split. Because I don't really want to give it quite 4.5, but it was really good. It was extremely solid. Like I thought this portrayal of Venom was the best portrayal that I've seen in other media other than the comics.
Well, and the animated 90s show.
Definitely
The animated
miles.
I thought this was
beyond,
better than the animated 90s show.
The last
Venom.
one.
I like that show.
Miles.
I'm not saying I don't like
Miles
that.
and
I'm saying I
miles.
like this better.
Like this is Atlantic to Lucy.
What do you rate it?
I give it a
Phil
3
Nye
out
the
of
Kyle
5.
guy.
Phil Nye the Kyle
Three
guy.
out of 5.
3 out of 5?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
I enjoyed it.
I love the true
I enjoyed it
record.
too. Yeah, that doesn't even enjoy it.
Wow.
It just made you
Wow.
enjoy it a bit more.
Like, who are you?
I'm sorry. Okay. Me personally, I would give it like a 4.5 or a 5 because I
Yeah.
absolutely loved it.
I think I'm gonna be the devil's advocate tonight.
That's okay.
Unfortunately.
You and Jake
That's
are
good.
Go
always
home,
the
John. I'm on
advocate.
my own.
Go home,
He's
Jonathan.
No,
I gave it the rating I gave it because I hate Venom. I've hated Venom for a really long time,
But not anymore.
but not anymore.
That's,
And Matthew
That's
knows.
what Captain America 2 did for me. Winter
So-
Soldier.
Yeah, totally. Matthew knows that
I,
when
well,
I
I
hate
didn't.
a
I didn't
character,
hate him. I
hate
just was like indifferent to him. I was just like, oh. He's
Well,
a
you know
comic
what? You're
character.
indifferent to America,
So-
you communist.
No.
You could go back home to Canada, you dirty little red.
I just think it deserves like
Well, I
a
mean, like,
cooler dude to
Like,
represent it than
I-
Captain
I
America.
agree with you, Kyle. Like, when I hate a character or despise a character, I just don't want to be near that character. And
Kind of like I don't want to be like near Kyle right now. You disgusting.
Jake, it's not all about you.
That is.
Okay. Anyways, have you seen it?
I have not seen it.
You haven't
But
seen it yet?
seriously,
I'd rate
like-
it like a solid, if we're chopping it up all crazy, like 4.25, 4.5. It was
solid.
great. It sent me through all the emotions on it. I was laughing, I was crying, I was
I was-
upset, I was scared, I was laughing again, probably
was
crying again.
Beautiful.
I don't know. The beginning was really like almost painful to watch.
Oh, yeah.
It was hard to watch. a little.
Steve, what do you rate it?
I agree, but probably not for the same reason.
475.
I can agree with that. I
Four
did
point
that.
seven.
5.
Fair.
I did
Alright,
that.
sorry. Not quite a 5, but real good.
So good.
So good.
I
Jonathan,
don't
what do
know
you
why
rate it?
it's not.
I would
5.
rate it 1 because
Because it's not Kingdom Hearts.
Because no,
it's Kingdom Hearts.
Dude, it's
Lord.
not, dude.
Because-
Then we need to like Rylan. Guys, you all give it too high of a rating.
It's
But
near
I
the
would
end
give
of
it
the
three.
I give it too high
Actually-
rating, but I would give it a solid 5.
I sat next to
Three's a
John.
low
And he
rating.
actually
He's
really
like,
enjoyed
you
it,
guys don't
so.
give it a high. You guys give it too high ratings. 1.5.
What?
Okay, this is just for Andy Grimes. I give a 6.5, Andy.
So I feel like
Out of
on my review, I'm biased. Like, I like Venom. I liked Venom before, and I was a little like the preview didn't sell me.
Okay, honestly though, like if you like Venom more, as a Venom fan, I think you're gonna rate it a lot harder than if you weren't, because you have like this emotional attachment and you have like expectations.
So
And it met all of them.
No, I absolutely agree. I'm just saying like
That's why it needs a high
as someone
rating.
who, sorry Matt,
No,
as someone who
Sorry,
isn't a Venom fan, you're gonna like, you don't have like any emotional attachment to it. You don't have any expectations.
I know.
You're going in like with a pure thought and heart and mind. But as a Venom fan or a comics fan, like you have like this purest attitude into it, and you're looking for certain things to meet those expectations.
Well, yeah.
And so if you give it a good rating, that means it is. I don't want to say it's a better movie because like you had those expectations and they were met. Am I making sense?
No. I judge a movie on its merits, not on anything else. So.
Well, I'm not a pure enough reviewer, so I just judge it because I saw it and I liked it.
I'm not a purist.
I'm not a pure enough reviewer. Like I really have bias. I have to admit that fully. So I like Venom
This
before.
ain't pure flicks.
Oh, well, I like Venom before, and the perspective I'm coming from is I like Venom before, and I wasn't sold by the trailer. That I mean, it's something that sit right. Something to sit right. I thought they were gonna do something different that they weren't supposed to do. There are a few things that I could understand if they. Yeah, I can understand people being critical about it. So that's just I'm explaining where I'm coming from. That's all.
Yeah, as far as Marvel comics go, there's none I read more than Spider-Man, and I do like Venom a lot as a Spider-Man villain, and I think Tom Hardy just absolutely ran away with this role. Like they did a really good job. With Venom.
Well, I don't know. I feel like they should have had
killed
Tobey
it.
Maguire play Eddie Brock.
Well,
Oh my gosh.
You know what? You should shut your mouth and never open it again
That would've
because
been-
that
would've
gave
been-
me nightmares.
No, that would have been so funny.
Nightmares, really?
Okay, I walked into the theater. I
Nightmares.
walked into the theater thinking this is gonna be just like Spider-Man 3, and I'm gonna hate it. And I walked out thinking, wow, this is nothing like that. I had nothing to fear, and I kind of like Venom now.
I
So
think
not
Spider-Man
only,
3
not
was
only did
cinematic
he do
gold.
Venom well, but I think he did Eddie Brock pretty well.
Yeah.
But a lot of times in like the comics and cartoons, you only get a picture of it, like a quick snap of Eddie Brock, and they're like, Eddie Brock's this annoying guy who's morally not acceptable.
Yeah.
I mean,
But like he's pushing the boundaries. Like he's not a great person. Like he's not an amazing person. I'm not saying like Eddie Brock was right. No, he's not a good person, but he's not an awful person either. Like
Right.
he's kind of more ambiguous, honestly.
Kind of almost.
It's like Eddie Brock is saying, he's like, well, like Eddie Brock's thought process is like, well,
So
if we are going to kill people, let's just kill the bad guys.
So well, like the thing they did the best, the thing that I am like that I will 100% say like I would give 5 stars for this point is that they kind of show that Eddie Brock basically is the only thing keeping Venom from just laying the planet to waste. Like Venom is very powerful and could just level cities.
Yeah, he's keeping Venom in check.
Basically, the only thing keeping him in check is like this one little moral fiber that Eddie Brock is clinging to.
Yeah.
And that's it. So like when Venom doesn't just cut people in half in Spider-Man comics, it's because Eddie Brock is holding him back.
Well, I mean, honestly,
he's like, we're bad, but we're not that bad.
Honestly, too, like
Yeah.
not only that, like Venom is powerful enough he can easily overtake Eddie Brock completely.
Oh yeah.
But Venom has that self-respect because of Eddie Brock's morality. That Venom is willing to say like, "Hey, I'm going to respect your wishes because we are in this together."
Right.
But at
And
the
they've
same
also
time-
got that kind of kindred spirit going on because they're both kind of like
They're
losers
they're
on their
bros.
respective.
Yeah.
on their
Yeah,
respective
they're
worlds.
bros.
They're loser buddies.
Which
Yeah.
okay,
They're loser
like
buddies.
let's talk about Venom's sense of humor in
Where I
this.
come from.
Yeah, the
I'm
humor
a
is
loser.
great. I
So-
love it.
So like the relationship between Eddie Brock and Venom, I really like how they got that like going. Is like they're friends. You can tell they're friends, but Venom is clearly the mean friend that's just like will tear you down before he builds you up.
Yeah.
Venom is
so
Jake.
you.
Jake.
Venom is like
So Jake.
Jake.
Venom is like a.
He's a
Jake.
loser from a planet of symbiotes.
Just
Yes,
Jake.
like that. So there's a couple lines. One line I can't repeat, which was hilarious.
Yeah,
but
I
no,
think we're all talking
I can find a way to.
Is that the
give it
window
more ground.
one?
When he's getting out of the elevator and he calls him a wuss, but he doesn't call him a wuss. He calls him the other thing.
Right. He's like, "Why did you jump out of the window?" No, wuss.
Jump
And then,
out the window.
the next shot is just a
Whoa.
jump cut. It's great.
Another one too, like the whole loser thing. He's like, this guy's really bad. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, well, kind of like you. I'm kind of a loser from my planet too.
Yeah.
He's just like, you're a loser. You
Because we're watching this like, man, Venom is so cool. He's so BA, and then he flat out says like, I'm a loser, and you're like, wow. Like if you're this awesome, how much cooler are the other symbiotes?
Well,
You
yeah.
suck.
Right.
We can see when we saw the main, I guess the
A riot.
Riot.
which also
Riot was cool.
also they brought
No.
Riot, like Riot's a really
It's kind
really
of obscure,
obscure
isn't he?
villain.
Right.
Yeah. Which
So
I'm like, because Rachel goes, which one's that one? I'm like, I don't even remember. Like,
I thought that they would do Carnage because Carnage is what
I remember
I
Scream,
don't know.
the yellow one.
You're not.
Or Toxin,
Thing is-
like the female.
Yeah.
You don't bring Carnage in the first movie.
You could.
You could, but that's better.
No, Riot was great. I was happy with that.
To
Like,
save
I was
him.
happy with how they portrayed Riot too, which is like, Riot is terrifying because he doesn't have Eddie Brock to hold him back.
Right.
So he's making like knife arms and just
going nuts.
going nuts on
Well,
people.
not only that, like I like how Venom did mention too. He's like, this guy's got weapons like you can't believe, and then right off the bat, he's just like, tells Eddie, he's like, told you,
Told you.
told you.
I liked the
scary.
I liked the like sharing control thing where like sometimes different people are in control. That seems to be how they do it in the comics a lot, where like they go, oh no, Venom was fully in control in this one. That's why everybody's dead. Or like, oh, Eddie Brock is in control. That's why most of the people survived.
Yeah.
most people
Most.
heard.
No, yeah, I think Sony absolutely did a very, very good job at creating the relationship. And I think that was probably like the most important part is the relationship between Eddie Brock and Venom and like that connection that they shared, because it's more than like a parasitic connection, but like obviously there's an emotional bond, like a brotherhood like bond, like those. This is gonna sound weird, but they're like soulmates almost, right? Like they were made for each other.
Yeah.
Almost.
Supposed to be bonded.
Well, so
like a twin
so
flame.
the reason that they're strong enough to even like to fight against Riot, the reason they're strong enough to not like just immediately lose
Because they're a
is
perfect
because of their
match.
bond. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's the only reason. I liked that they kind of made Eddie Brock a good guy because the Venom symbiote in most of the comics turned him crazy, and he's never really morally redeemed.
Right, not till
In
after
this-
the anti-Venom event.
In this, he's kind of redeemed. Like this is kind of drawing from a lot of places, like Lethal Protector, and a little bit of like Agent Venom too.
I think it seems like they're going more toward
Like they're just
not
jumping straight
necessarily
in.
Agent Venom, but more toward that persona.
Like
Yeah,
like
the Lethal
like
Protector,
post
yeah.
or like post
like
anti-Venom.
Anti-Venom, yeah.
Yeah.
Right, but I also like how like some of like the classic characteristics of Venom are still there. Like for example, when obviously Venom's snack cravings are pretty serious. That he's like, dude, I will straight up eat you if you don't feed me soon.
Yeah.
Like like he's
Your
joking,
liver's
but at the same
starting
time
to-
he's not
something
joking because he will absolutely.
Your
Like
liver's starting
your
to look
liver
really
is
good
starting
right
to
now.
look real, you know what I mean?
Like
Yeah,
he's
juicy.
joking about eating his liver, but he would
He'd probably
But
eat
not
his
really.
liver.
He wouldn't because he'd
kill
have
him.
to find a
But
new
he would
host.
probably definitely eat like a kidney or two because.
But at least half of
Well, you
it.
only have two, so maybe one.
That
of
little
these.
snack. Well, I mean,
No,
the liver
Eat
grows
his
back.
appendix,
He's gonna-
probably
And
do
you
him
can
a
help, you
favor
can help
later.
heal.
Yeah.
So
Basically, he would have
eats
had to
him
eat him and then
heals
go
him.
find a new
Yeah,
host.
he heals him. Just eats
Yeah.
meals.
I mean, he could have like just eaten his appendix. Who knows? He might have been doing him a favor
Or a spleen,
later on. You know.
It was
Oh,
about to
gallbladder?
burst anyway.
gallbladder.
Just all the organs that he doesn't really need.
That was
His
just,
tonsils.
that was just
Lungs.
funny.
Yeah, I like I liked how they did a
eat
lot of
those.
the like healing stuff too, because that's kind of a huge part. Is like why he's so scary in Spider-Man is because you can't stop him normally. You can't just punch him. So like a lot of Spider-Man villains, he punches them really hard at the end.
Yeah.
Can't do that with Venom. You can punch him really hard, but it's not going to do anything.
Right.
Yeah.
I really like the aesthetic of Venom too. So for me, like, at these, like Spider-Man 3 got the look of Venom so bad. It wasn't.
The look.
No.
The look
was
wasn't bad. It was
But
alright.
like you didn't think Venom. Like you could think like
when Venom came out, it was a
You thought-
welcome relief from Topher Grace.
You thought,
Yes.
you thought, why is
Like,
Red?
Venom
why is
looked
Red?
decent.
Yeah.
It could
No,
have been better,
I
but
thought-
it could
I
have
thought it
been
looked
way
decent.
worse.
No.
Venom looked decent.
I mean,
In that
he's
you're
got
like-
nothing on this version.
No.
for
Now
sure,
you watched
but-
it and you're like, wow, Red Foreman is gonna be so mad.
But like for me, it's just like what I love. Like my favorite Venom is the one from the '90s, like animated series.
Oh yeah.
You know, like super
Oh,
buff, like and I love that build of Venom,
like
and like they did that.
bodybuilder Venom.
Where
Right.
everybody was kind of buff, like where that like Punisher. That
It was
90s
like- it was
Punisher
just-
was
it
from.
was
even Peter Parker was
It was an
absolutely
issue with
ripped.
90s
Everybody's
era comics.
Right,
in
but
general.
see, but
It's
for
like
Venom,
their
that was
muscles
so
had
good,
muscles
though.
on top of their muscles, and they looked like
Well,
not even.
But I like how they really captured that though for this Venom.
for Venom that made sense.
They really
For
captured
Venom, it
that,
makes
and it was
sense,
so
yeah.
good. It was.
Yeah, they kind of captured that with this Venom because they made him bigger. Like he's taller and like
They made him
Bigger.
look like Venom from the cartoon, which
And
I
scary.
loved.
yeah, and terrifying. Like if you show a picture to somebody out of context, you're like, hey, this is the good guy. No, he'll believe you.
He's not just a black Spider-Man suit.
Yeah, which I noticed like that they did some. They had a news story, but it wasn't really a news story. They may for Spider-Man. The next one they may actually have him with the Venom logo because they didn't have it in this at all. You just had the
That's
suit.
true, yeah.
You didn't have
Yeah,
the
it
logo.
was just
So the logo is after he encounters Spider-Man
Right, because he's kind of like a
because
fanboy.
No.
Kind of.
he's like he wants to like defeat Spider-Man. He sees Spider-Man as his like biggest threat, basically.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, he obviously, yeah, he is.
Yeah, no, but I like how they do a lot of instinct stuff too. Where like Venom runs on instinct. Like a lot of stuff he does is on instinct. It's not even like conscious decisions.
Well, he's got a really good instinct, though.
Well, it's like some of the things where they're like falling out of buildings and like latching on
Mhm.
to something does not die. Where it's a lot of, like I said, it's a lot of instinct rather than him necessarily controlling the whole thing. That might be where I feel like the Spider-Man 3 Venom was just nothing. Because we didn't hear anything from Venom.
It seemed like Eddie Brock in Spider-Man 3 was completely in control of the symbiote.
We had
Rather
Eddie
than
Brock,
like
he was
having
just,
like a.
Yeah, he already
He was
kind
just-
of wanted to
Venom was just a
kill
suit in
Spider-Man.
that.
and
Yeah,
Peter
it
Parker.
was.
no,
The character itself was
the thing
written weakly. In
the thing they did it bad was that it was just a suit. It wasn't the
Like, it wasn't
symbiote.
like a living act being.
Yeah. No, it's supposed to be bad. It's supposed to like be awful. Where basically he hates it, but he knows he has to have it, or else if it gets out, it'll kill other people.
I think it's kind of cool to see the connection growing between Venom and Eddie, because after that part where he's like jump out the window, and he's like wuss. Then they go down to the lower lobby, and the military guys are trying to like convince him to stand down,
police.
and they're like mask on.
That wasn't military.
Oh, whatever, police, military, that's the same.
That wasn't police either.
It was
It was
SWAT
the-
team.
It was.
Okay.
It was. What's
It was
You
the
know
San
what? If
Francisco
we're just gonna
SWAT
have a
team,
correcting
or
Rachel
where-
Knight,
whatever city it
that's
was in.
fine.
They were
But
SWAT.
that's
I mean,
good.
they
the armored
did
armored dudes.
They had
Yeah,
military.
I thought that they
Right.
were
The
the security
armored
from the
people
company.
that
That's-
were trying to
that's a
shoot
different
at the
argument.
main characters, I thought it was cool how they went, mask on, copy, and then Eddie Brock was like, mask on, and
Yeah.
Venom said copy.
Dude,
Like, that was cool.
that fight scene with Venom tearing
Yeah, that was
apart
cool.
the SWAT team,
That was
so
awesome.
good.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh!
Like-
Well,
Like, I could actually feel like they were one Venom.
Like again, if Venom's the loser out of his entire planet, and he's got moves like
That's
that, like
scary.
well, so
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
so the reason Venom likes it on Earth is because like
he's cool.
it's like fighting. It's like if you went on to a planet of babies and you could just slap them around.
Whoa, calm down, Anakin Skywalker.
I said slap around.
Oh,
I said slap around.
He
not
didn't say
chop
cut
their
them
heads
into
off.
pieces.
he didn't say cut the babies. He just smack the babies.
Just smack him.
Smack him.
That's,
Like-
that's slightly better, I guess.
That's
Yeah,
yeah.
South
You know
Park,
that,
hate the
you know that
baby.
thing like
That's what I was
there's
thinking.
there's that guy
Wow.
argument where they're like, how many 5-year-olds do you think you could beat up? Like
Like-
a bunch.
All of them.
Because they're awful at
I
fighting.
mean,
At
is it how many 5-year-olds
once.
can you beat up before you get tired, or just in sheer
Before
number?
you lose. Also, like,
Well, yeah, because you'd get fatigued after a while. And
After a while, you get
coming
Get
Yeah.
off of me,
it doesn't matter how many
children.
5-year-olds. But anyway, no, it's that
Unless you got
Same-
that one hulkish fight.
That's kind of how I feel. How this movie made the Venom thing feel. Where like he's like, yeah, I mean these guys could be a threat if there was enough of them, but there's not enough.
Yeah.
What I like is, yes, we all know Venom as a villain, but I like how they started him off as like an anti-hero.
Mhm.
So if they ever do introduce Spider-Man in there, like,
Yeah. Well, Venom's gonna be so Venom still eats people,
That's awesome.
which
no,
is,
they're called snacks.
Venom
They're
still eats
snacks.
snacks.
They're meat suit snacks.
And they're only bad people.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, people he deems bad. I mean, that guy robbing the store might not
Dude,
like.
Venom's
You know
again. Venom's
No,
sense
the
of
guy
humor.
robbing the store is
First, I'm
definitely
gonna
bad.
hit your
I
head,
know.
and then your legs,
He was
and
robbing
then your
a
face,
place.
What
and
if
then
somebody
your
else
face.
is like? What if somebody else is holding his like kids at gunpoint? He's like,
Well, he did it regularly.
Honest
He was
faceness.
what he was charging the woman in the store for was like protection.
Yeah,
Like pay me so that I
Somebody's
don't
not
let
gonna
all my
hold his
dudes
family
rob me.
hostage to knock off the
Okay.
freaking convenience store.
Not the point. The point is that like, how do you that we're Venom's hoping, but that doesn't make him a good like. Still not a good
Eddie
guy.
Brock's there for a reason.
Well, yeah.
Not
When
a
you
good
call
guy, but
someone,
not a
when you threaten to
bad
take someone's
guy.
arms and legs and face off and call him a turd.
And then just eat them anyway.
Okay, what?
Yep,
so,
right.
I have a
Like
quick
that
question.
was that was where they
You'd
solidified
be an
like
armless, legless thing.
that's where they
A
no
turd.
that's where they
Rolling down the street.
well that's where they like that's where they established that this still isn't a good guy. It's just a less bad guy.
He's a bad guy with a good sense of humor.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Like Loki.
Or Jake.
Yes.
Or Jake.
Jake is not a hero.
Venom
You
would
can
eat Loki.
shut it.
Venom will
Okay.
totally eat Loki.
So far we have reached a consensus that this is a perfect movie with no
No.
issues.
So-
may I comment?
Sure.
I actually
was
had
just-
a quick
I
question.
think we usually say good things and then bad things and then favorite things.
Could
Yeah.
I
So
have a
let's
quick
talk about
question.
bad things.
Sure, let's talk about bad things. That's good.
What do you have to say, Rachel?
Okay, so I'm kind
Two
of
crickets.
confused. Can Venom sense each other or not? Because Riot could
yes,
sense-
Yes. In Venomverse, they did talk about that a little bit.
Okay, so how did Venom not sense Carnage at the end credit scene?
Oh, he probably did. He told Venom to be quiet. Remember?
Did he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said this is a me thing, not an us thing. Don't
Well,
talk.
okay. I wasn't listening.
So he might have been
then.
able to sense it the whole time, or
And we just
Cletus
couldn't hear him.
Cassidy might
Or
not
he's
actually.
not actually Carnage yet.
He's not Carnage.
'Cause,
yet.
yeah,
I don't think he's had. He has
Yeah, Venom
Because
creates
if he was Carnage-
doesn't he?
He should
He's his
not
son.
be there
Yeah.
Oh, you're right.
because isn't it powered by like blood basically?
Oh.
Carnage. Is,
And Carnage wouldn't be sitting in that cell if he was already Carnage.
Yeah, there's no way.
Yeah, he'd be
Okay,
gone.
I was
too-
just confused.
Yeah.
they were referencing
He's nuttier than
Cletus
squirrel
Cassidy.
turds. There's no way he'd just stay locked up in there for no good reason.
Especially if Venom did notice that there's Carnage, Venom would have instantly taken over Eddie Brock and handled the situation right then and there. There's no way he would have just
Yeah.
been like, "Oh, let me just go ahead and sit here while my son's like
Okay.
locked up in a cell." No,
Yeah.
he would
Well,
have he would have masked on and bit Cletus's head off. He would have had a snack.
Yep.
He would have had
Cletus'
carrots for
snack.
lunch.
Cletus snack.
Okay.
yeah. So
yeah.
that was just a reference. That
I
was.
was just repeating you. Not.
No.
So,
So, that
things-
that's,
Isn't that what
that
you
would
said?
explain why they didn't like sense each other. And
Things we
Venom take
didn't
over.
like. I
Oh.
I'm the only thing that I didn't like. I wish we would have saw more symbiote other than two. I wish we would have seen like Toxin and Scream and
I mean,
some of
we
the
saw
others like
Toxin.
Or
symbiotic
just
family.
even more
Oh, we didn't
Riot.
see
Like,
Toxin.
he
Well,
Riot
wasn't Toxin
didn't
the yellow
hardly
one?
appear until the very end
No,
of the movie.
Toxin's
Yeah.
the female one. Technically,
fair.
Venom's granddaughter.
Okay. So
The-
Kyle.
the other ones we saw
So
weren't
low
any
score.
that-
He over here
Okay.
wants to
'cause
crap
they
on the
died,
movie.
Like,
I do.
That's that how-
became.
I'm sorry.
do.
Usually I'm like lower score than some people, so I get to be hyperbolic this time, which is great.
Yeah.
This feels awesome.
No,
So-
like first, I still want to say I did enjoy the movie. It was very
And
entertaining.
you gave it a 3.
You gave
Yeah.
it a 3. Which is
I did.
It was a good pass.
So you
Solid
slightly
movie.
liked
While Tom Hardy
It
was
wasn't horrible.
really like what made the movie, like the supporting characters, the writing, the directing were just all subpar for me. Like it was without Tom Hardy holding together, it was barely a movie.
Did we
in my
watch
opinion.
the same movie?
I don't
Yeah.
think they
Yes.
watched the same movie at all.
So, like for instance, at the beginning of the movie, they set Eddie Brock up to be this like hard-hitting investigative reporter who's supposedly like already taken down a bunch of corrupt, big-time people
Mhm.
and done a lot of good change in the world. And yet, when he's sent to go do this interview with the big bad, he confronts
Punked out.
him in the interview about things that he doesn't really have any hard evidence of, which is like the biggest mistake you can possibly
He had
make in
plenty of hard
investigative
evidence.
reporting.
It's just he couldn't reveal his source.
Yeah.
Because
he
his source was something he found sneaking around on his girlfriend's laptop.
He had
Which
evidence.
was illegal, it's confidential
Right,
from their
which
court
you
case.
can't use.
So he
why
needed to
talk?
get evidence that he could actually use. So I think a better way to do it would have been to have him sneak in to the lab where he accidentally releases the symbiote, and that's how he gets it. I think would have been a better way to go about writing the movie.
And it wouldn't
Instead of
have taken
making
as long.
him make this boneheaded mistake that no investigative journalist who's supposedly as brilliant as Eddie Brock is portrayed to be in this movie would ever make. That was a huge mistake on his part.
Well, it
There's
wasn't-
no way he could not have seen
It
like,
wasn't a
the
mistake.
consequences coming after.
He saw an opportunity to trap him in the moment of the file
What?
popping up on his girlfriend's laptop.
But if
and
he doesn't have the files with their, he's just saying names that mean nothing to people without
because he was
the
trying to
files
get
to back
he was
them
trying
up.
to get him to admit it.
He was
on
He's
trying
trying
to
to
get him to
trigger
slip.
him.
He's-
But
yeah.
that's a weak strategy. No investigative journalist worth their salt, especially
Oh, are
when,
you an investigative journalist?
No,
Are you?
but I would have done a better job than Eddie Brock did in this movie.
Oh, would you have?
Yes, I absolutely would
Yeah,
have.
you don't
Prove
just
it.
drop that. No, I get that.
Prove it,
That
Kyle.
was a,
I
I
did too.
just did.
Here's
Well,
what
I literally
I
just
thought,
did.
I thought that was a weak contrivance. Unfortunately, I think
Yes,
that was one
he
of those
made a
things-
mistake, which makes him human.
And then the bad guy, who everyone else in the movie who is even a small threat to him, he immediately kills. He stops with just ruining Eddie Brock's life, not like killing him. He has the resources to do it discreetly.
Okay.
I don't know. So
Like, why didn't he just try to kill him? Then and there.
Kyle, on the whole investigative journalism thing, I don't necessarily agree with you because I feel like it's a very common thing in that industry to have sources that you can't release. Like, not every, especially with the hard-hitting, crazy things like you're talking about. A lot of the time, the sources that they're getting their information from aren't sources that they can release who it's from or how they got that information. I feel like that's more common, like not being able to release that, like who you got the information from, than having hard evidence on it.
And
But
I wanted my-
yeah, that is a common mistake that happens. But the movie is trying to make us believe that he's this brilliant reporter.
But
he's
he
not.
wasn't actually making a mistake. He was just trying to get a guy to squirm and slip something. He wasn't doing anything
with
wrong.
nothing to use against him.
But he doesn't know he doesn't have anything. So
No, that's
Yeah.
true.
I mean,
Okay.
worst in Eddie Brock's
Okay.
mind, worst case is for all he knows, worst case scenario is he gets a slap on the hand. You shouldn't have acted like that to the guy. But the guy has money,
And
is,
Eddie Brock knows this, and he knows that he does a lot of
He
corrupt
doesn't know
things,
he's gonna
so
get
why does he
fired,
not
though.
suspect that this guy isn't going to use all of his resources on him? If he
I,
knows that he already does all these
then-
corrupt
No,
things.
no, no.
Then
I
he
think
wouldn't have even
I think I
did anything.
I agree with Kyle that was a weak part of it, like a weak.
So, anyways,
plot.
I've got
It's-
more. Don't worry.
Yeah.
You don't
Well,
have to
that
agree
was-
with me.
Yeah,
I've got
that
more.
was
Don't
not
worry.
really a weakness. That's
Okay.
just he was
Second
doing
of
his
all,
job.
I felt like a lot of character motivations changed at the drop of a dime in this movie without a lot of like strong reason to. For instance, the ex-girlfriend, right? Like she makes it pretty clear when she dumps him that like she wants nothing to do with him anymore.